Have you ever watched a movie where the subtitles just got lost in translation? No, I don't even know where that place is. But there's this one time where I got lost in Glorieta. That mall is just so confusing. There's so many turns and I don't know where to go. Hi guys! Welcome back to another episode of What Is with Avi, and today we're going to talk about the importance of proper language use. But first, let me tell you the characteristics of an effective use of language. Firstly, be concrete and specific. Do not use words that do not have solid definition if you want your readers to know exactly what you mean. Second, be concise. Explain what you want your readers to know in the least number of words possible without compromising the idea you want to share. Avoid adding more words just for the sake of saying more. Instead, only write what is truly needed in order for your readers to understand your idea. Third, always be precise. What you write must be perceived clearly and easily. Do not make things complicated. You must always be careful with the details you mention and the words you use to define these, for this will be helpful in avoiding misinterpretation. Fourth, what you write should improve what you want to say. It should not cause further confusion to the reader. And that is why one of the characteristics of an effective language use is that it should be constructive and not destructive. And finally, it should be appropriately formal. The amount of formality you show through the use of words must be just right to the situation. Always consider what you are writing for and your relationship as a writer to the reader. In line with this, let me also share some tips for an effective language use. The stitches that we're going to have to pirouette on the product development and do a deep dive before we move to beta. Sure, let me circle back with the sales ninjas. Did you understand that? Because I most certainly did not. Which leads us to our first tip. Number 1, only use jargons if the target readers belong to the same group that uses that jargon. Otherwise, the readers will only misunderstand, be confused with, or not understand the text at all. If you're wondering, jargons are specialized words that only a certain group of people use. And here are some examples. Moving on, avoid using slangs and idioms such as these words and phrases. Using this will only cause the readers who are not familiar with the slangs and idioms to be confused and misunderstand the idea that the writer is trying to convey. Third, euphemisms or indirect words or phrases such as these must also be avoided. The girl was bullied by her peers where she was vertically challenged. Vertically challenged? What does that mean? I think she was bullied because she had a hard time drawing vertical lines. Yeah, I think that's what it means. Let's just go with that. As you can see, just like slangs and idioms, this may cause misunderstandings that lead to communication breakdown, which is a bad thing if you're a writer, if you ask me. Finally, avoid the use of biased languages. These are the languages that may be considered as offensive for excluding a certain group, or languages that are only associated with a specific group such as a gender or a race. To understand more, here is an example. Instead of using the word chairman, we can use the word chairperson in order for the term to be applicable to women as well. Now that we know the key to proper and effective language use, we can now determine its importance. As a writer, it is important for you to convey your ideas in a way that your readers will understand what you want them to know. And by keeping the proper language use in mind, you will be able to do exactly that. Through the quick discussion, we can conclude that proper language use is important in avoiding miscommunication and communication breakdown. It is the key to having effective communication, even in text, where readers usually misinterpret the main idea. This helps in creating paragraphs that are specific, concise, and constructive that will surely be interesting and useful to the readers. And that's about it. I hope that this video has helped you learn about the proper language use and understand the importance of applying what we have tackled in your writing. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye! Have you ever watched a movie where the subtitles are just so different from what they're saying? Yes, I actually have. There was this one time I was watching K-drama. Well, it's not actually a movie, but you know what I mean. And then a great friend told me that what I read is actually so different from what they're really saying. You know what I mean?